Welcome to the Gig-A-Byte podcast. I'm Mayor Tracy Markley, and I'm so excited to share my conversations with community members and local business owners. So grab a bite and let's dive in. Hello, everyone. Thanks to all of you watching on YouTube and those listening in from anywhere podcasts are available. We're so glad you've joined us. And today I am pleased to welcome Carrianne Ekberg, Executive Director of the Gig Harbor Downtown Waterfront Alliance. Welcome, Carrianne.
Hi, thanks
for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Well, so tell me a little bit about your background and how long you've been with the Downtown Waterfront Alliance.
Yeah, so I'm a newbie, literally going on 2 months now.
Okay.
So I'm still learning, but it's an amazing organization, and it's really one kind of close to my heart. So I was born and raised in Gig Harbor so many years ago. I won't tell you how long ago.
I won't either.
But, yeah. But my parents owned a business down on the waterfront, a small business. They had a restaurant. And so I kind of grew up on the waterfront and knowing what it was like to be in that industry, and what it was like to be part of the community and that kind of small town feel. And this was back in the 80s, and it's even bigger and better now.
Yeah.
And so born and raised here in Gig Harbor, and then I think every teenager wants to get as far away from home as possible. So I took off, went to college on the East Coast, joined the military, saw a little bit of the world, and then decided, you know what, Gig Harbor is a pretty awesome place to live. I lived in a lot of different places, and it's really special here. And so it was really important to me to come back here, got married here. I have 2 kids, they go to school here.
Yeah.
So, Gig Harbor just has a special place in my heart. So when this job came up, I have a background in HR and labor relations. I've got a little bit of leadership, obviously with the military, and some marketing and social media. So this job came up and I looked at the job description and it was like it was written for me.
Combo. Yeah.
Right? It just felt like, oh my God, this would be amazing.
So neat.
So I applied and here I am.
So neat.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a lifer here too. So
we always just come back, right?
We do. We keep coming back. It's a gem.
Yeah.
It's a gem. So the Downtown Waterfront Alliance does so much for Gig Harbor that the community may not be aware of. Can you tell us a little bit about what you all do?
Yeah. So we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And when I first took the job, I didn't even know all of the things that we do. Chances are if it's happening downtown, the Waterfront Alliance has something to do with it. From the beautiful flower baskets that get hung all along Harborview. There's 70 baskets every year. That's a program that we sponsor through other sponsorships, and volunteers help water. The veterans banners, we're responsible for that. The farmers market, right? That's coming up.
Lovely. I can't wait.
Coming up soon.
What is the start date for that?
So June 1st.
June 1st.
Yeah, and it's going to go through September 14th this year.
Great.
So lots of vendors, and it just brings people downtown. It's just a really fun, family-oriented event. We run that. The sip and strolls. So those are a lot of fun. They're twice a year. And we have those coming up. If you like wine walk, that's going to be where you're going to go. And then we do Girls Night Out, which is a huge fun holiday shopping event. And we're involved with the city in a lot of the holiday events that happen downtown too. So kind of every season there's something going on, and our job is to kind of help bring people downtown and support the businesses and encourage that economic vitality and community and stuff like that. So it's just it's an awesome organization.
Yeah, it is. You guys do so much. What is your vision for the Downtown Waterfront Alliance, and what are you most passionate about?
Yeah, so I walked into an organization that was already really well established. The previous executive director built it from the ground up. She was there for 14 years. And so I was really fortunate. She handed me this well-established, well-built nonprofit that does amazing things. And she had all these great connections already. So I was able to kind of step into that. But kind of where I see my vision, just with my background and stuff, is I would really love to find some more creative and innovative ways that we can do things downtown, bring people downtown, combine with all of the other external organizations that are in the area, and really focus on downtown, which I think is the heartbeat of Gig Harbor. It really is. It's where people think of when they think of Gig Harbor, the waterfront and everything there. And I just want it to be a big gathering place where, everybody loves to come any time of the year. So through technology, through different marketing tools, through business innovation and support, things like that. So lots of ideas rolling around in my head. And so just trying to figure out kind of which ones to start with. But we're
probably
excited.
Hard to not just try to come right out the gate and just do everything, right? All at one time.
Yep. I have a couple staff members and they're like, yeah, let's just rein you back in a little bit, so because we only have limited resources and people to do all of these things. But, we're off to a good start.
It's nice to see your enthusiasm, though.
Yeah, and one thing I think is really important for downtown is it's really busy down there
Mhm.
in the spring, summer,
Spring
and
and summer,
into
yeah.
fall. But then, after kind of winter starts, and we're kind of in that season now where after the holidays, but before kind of spring activities
Mhm.
start, it gets kind of quiet down there, and the
Yeah.
businesses feel that a little bit. So I
Yeah.
think my biggest passion going forward the next couple of years is to try to find a way to bring people downtown in that off season and
Yeah.
really support those businesses all year round because they're individuals, it's their livelihood,
Yeah.
and we want them to stay, so we've got to
Yeah.
find a way to encourage people to come all year round. So that's
Yeah.
my biggest, I think, passion right now, is to make sure they're supported as much as possible all year round.
Well, and you have a huge volunteer base.
We do.
I mean, I see them everywhere,
Yes.
but
We
can
do.
you tell us more about your amazing volunteers and how
Yeah.
others can get involved if they should so choose?
Yeah, of course. So we're only a staff of 3. We have a really
Yeah.
great board of directors, and we've got 4 subcommittees, but the majority of what we do is all volunteer.
Yeah.
And so the volunteers run the farmers market with us, and they help us
Mhm.
with the sip and strolls and all of the things that you see happening. It's 90% volunteers.
And
So
how early in the morning do they get up to water our beautiful flower
if
baskets?
I say, I feel like we might have to decline.
That's true.
Volunteers.
Maybe
No.
that used to be
5
a
a.m.
secret.
No, it's okay.
5
It is
a.m.
5 a.m. There's some early risers out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, every morning throughout the summer, 2 people get up at 5 a.m., get the city watering truck, and go out and water the baskets. And, some of them love to do it.
I'm already up at 5 a.m., so I think
So
that I
put
should
you
be
on the list.
one of your volunteers.
You and I should probably do it
We
together.
should do it
So
together.
I will
That
probably
would
have
be
to do it
fun.
at least once or twice. So
That would be so fun. And they
Yeah.
are so beautiful. And
They are.
people take pictures. They take
Yeah.
pictures just to have the flower
Yeah.
baskets in them. They're just such an iconic part of our
Yeah.
summer and spring and
it's like
summer
our
downtown.
signature. It's a signature.
It's a
Spring is here.
signature. Yeah.
Mhm.
Spring is here. Flower baskets
Yeah.
are here.
And people have an opportunity to sponsor the baskets too, and
Yes,
put up
which
these
is lovely.
temporary
The
plaques.
plaque.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got one for my dog this
Oh,
year.
that's so
yeah,
fun.
yeah, for Odie.
That's so fun.
Yeah,
I should get one for Lewis, my dog.
totally could.
So how can people best reach you?
Yeah, so you can go to our website. You can also email. We have a general email, which is just info@ghhwa.org, but you guys will probably put it in the
We
in the
will. We'll
notes,
have
right?
all
So-
your contact information.
Yeah, you can
underneath.
call us, but yeah, just looking us up, or you can
Mhm.
stop by our office. We're on Harborview too, and
Yeah.
just come in. And we have some people drop in and just say hi. And we've got a great volunteer intake form. So if anybody's interested in volunteering,
Yeah.
you can call us or stop in or email and fill it out, and we'll set you up with. We've got so many opportunities. It's kind of a little bit for anything that anybody likes to do, right? You can kind of pick
Yeah.
and choose what
Yeah.
you're good at and what you like to do, and
Perfect.
yeah, so we'd love to have you.
Perfect. And so, is there anything else you'd like us to know? Anything special, unique about you or about the Downtown Waterfront Alliance that you want to add?
Yeah, I guess just the Downtown Waterfront Alliance, they're a nationally accredited Main Street organization.
Mhm.
And that's something that I've learned a lot about over the last couple of months in general. But it's a huge organization throughout the United States. There's thousands of Main Streets. And what they do is they really encourage the support and growth and economic vitality of the core of communities, which is downtowns. And, there was such a push, and there still is kind of for these big businesses and, big organizations that will come in and shopping, on shopping malls and things like that. But, their job is to really revitalize, what used to be downtowns.
Yeah.
And they've been doing an amazing job. And so we've been accredited for several years now, and it just opens up an amazing amount of resources and support for us too. So it's a great, great organization. And I think people should definitely look it up if you're curious to know what Main Street America is. So.
Oh yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting some of their leadership at the annual meeting.
Yeah.
And kind of, I don't know if they were local.
They
some
were
are
from
local.
Washington. So there's a
Yeah.
parent organization is Washington Main Street or Washington Trust.
Yeah.
And then the larger organization is the Main
Yeah.
Street America. So
They seem very, very supportive
Yeah,
of
they're amazing.
what you're doing and always want to know how can we make our main
Yeah.
streets better? How
Yeah.
can we help in economic downturns? How can we come out of COVID successfully?
Exactly.
And it's neat. So I'm happy that you guys are so involved.
They're
with
wonderful.
them.
And it's cool. Now when I travel anywhere in Washington too, I'm like, oh, it's a Main Street community. And I look at
That's
it a little
fun.
bit differently. You just,
Yeah.
there's 37, I believe,
Yeah.
Main Street communities in Washington.
Yeah.
And we all kind of are banded together to help each other and share resources and connect and learn together. And, it's
That's
a
neat.
great, I've been just so fortunate to have them. They're wonderful.
What a benefit for our business community.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining me today. I really enjoyed our conversation, and I enjoyed getting to know you the other day when we met. And So for those watching, thank you again, and stay tuned for our local business spotlight. Welcome back to the Gig-A-Byte podcast. Each episode, we want to shine a spotlight on one of our local businesses and hear their story. And today I'm happy to have Don Rees, owner and CEO of RealCraft, joining me. Welcome, Don.
All right, thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and your business. What is RealCraft and what do you make?
Well, RealCraft is a custom door company. So we're obviously right here in Gig Harbor, and we basically are making the doors that no one else can make. So
Yeah.
it kind of grew out of my own. I was a designer builder here for decades, since the 70s.
Nice.
And I did timber frames, and it kind of grew out of there because I was starting to build doors that I thought were fit the houses that I was building. And so it kind of grew into just doing doors. Everyone wanted my doors. And so after a while, there it was. So, and then we, during the Great Recession, we decided that, you know, doors slide as well, not just swing. And I went out and found barn door hardware, and it developed into the whole barn door hardware movement right here from Gig Harbor, which is kind of
That's
neat.
so neat. I love the barn door concept. It's neat. It's different, unique.
It's a new way a door could be that
Yeah.
people hadn't really thought of before.
Yeah.
So we kind of are like, if the door is kind of ugly, put it in a pocket. But if the door's really cool and it's artwork, let's
Put it on the outside of the
let's
wall.
put it on the wall and create something new.
I love it. So when was RealCraft founded?
2004.
Okay, so you've been here a while.
Yeah. So I started doing commercially within my building company in 03. So we're at like year 20 in my experience of selling carriage doors. Carriage doors is
Okay.
kind of where it started in terms of a swing out garage door. I was making swing out garage doors
Oh,
for
yeah.
houses, and I didn't know that how unusual that was.
I haven't seen many of those, but the ones I've seen they're so neat. How do
Well,
those work? Just
you see them around, and they use the term carriage doors, but they have lines and they roll up.
yeah.
They make them to look like they do this, but I looked at them and saw, it's much easier. Just make the real thing.
Yeah.
Thus, we used the word real.
Yeah.
And we were originally a real carriage door company.
Okay.
And then as we started taking on barn door hardware, sliding hardware, I rebranded to RealCraft to kind of bring all of that together.
I love it. And what makes RealCraft's products stand out, and what makes you different from other door manufacturers? You kind of touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, the idea underneath all of it was real. You're going to make a real garage door, real carriage door. And so that kind of moved forward in the sense of we want to use real, genuine wood. Other door manufacturers will say solid wood. And the wood on the inside is junk, composite, masonite, and then they put basically contact paper. It's real wood contact paper, but by and large, it's contact paper.
Yeah.
So they'll brag over ours is this thick, or maybe an 1/8 thick, or a 32nd thick. But we were just like, you know what, just use the real wood all the way through. And it gives us a lot of design freedom. So therefore, we can make what we want to make. We're not stuck saying, oh, the machine will create this door, so go sell that door.
Yeah.
We let the customer and work with the customer and design a door, and then, we can make that. And it gives us a lot of freedom. That makes it really different. So most of our doors are kind of one-offs, but it's national.
Yeah.
So I think Washington is like number 7 or 8 in terms of where most of our sales are. So we're kind of a little bit of a secret here. So it's kind of good to kind of make some local
Yeah.
connection.
Well, hopefully by you being here, it won't be such a secret anymore and people can come and find you.
Secrets are kind of fun, but
Yeah.
it's fun to interact, and more
Yeah.
we have more of a local following.
Well, I first saw you guys, I think, at the Maritime Gig Parade. You had a
Mhm.
float,
Mhm.
and I saw that I think you had a band
Yeah.
on your float, of maybe family.
No, we were playing a big speaker,
Oh.
and we're playing the Doors.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
Right.
It was the Doors.
And people will be
But your
going,
doors were so cool that were
Yeah.
hanging on the float. I was like, oh my gosh, those are beautiful doors.
So you got to play the band
Yeah.
Doors,
Yeah,
right? I
of
mean,
course. It just
so,
makes sense.
yeah, it just connects.
So, do you have a storefront?
Not really. We do have a showroom, but by and large, it's by appointment only.
Okay.
But most people find us on our website. They find the website, and then we've designed a number of doors so that they can go pick the size they want, or what they want,
Okay.
which would include, entry doors, pivot doors, Dutch doors,
Okay.
and they can pick all the hardware. And then for a design consultant, then by appointment, we'll take care of that,
What is your website? So people, and we'll have it listed too, but
RealCraft.com.
well, that's easy enough.
So it's got the
RealCraft.com.
yeah, we're trying to bring back craftsmanship,
Yeah.
leading a return of craftsmanship. And I think people want a genuine thing,
Yeah.
not something from China or
Yeah.
or a phony. So we're trying to bring back craftsmanship and real product, real wood, real value together with our craftsmen. So
I love it. I think I may make an appointment to come see your showroom and
Well,
look at some of
Yeah.
your doors. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. It's nice to learn more about you and what RealCraft does. I've been curious ever since the parade, so it's
that's
nice to
good.
finally
That's
hear
good.
more about you. And thank you all for tuning in, those watching on YouTube, and I hope you'll join us again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.